Hello and welcome to my very first reaction video. This is the first part of a larger series I'm working on where I go through each episode of the classic series and react to what's happening on screen, as well as rank it at the end, based on what I thought about it. These rankings are more so based on personal opinion and don't really have a lot of criteria to them. Basically, if I think an episode executed its ideas well, I'll probably put it into the A tier. If I think an episode did super well, or was just genuinely extremely entertaining to view because of its unique choreography, action sequences, or writing, then I'm putting it into the S tier. I don't expect too many episodes to get the S tier, because those episodes essentially went above and beyond in my head. On the flip side though, if an episode had a unique idea but I felt like it couldn't quite live up to it / failed to capture it, it's probably going in the B tier. If an episode just fails to capitalize on an idea, then it's C tier. And if an episode was just downright bad and you couldn't even really tell what its idea was, or it was so poorly executed that you just couldn't even see what the writers were going for, then it's going to be in the D tier. Again, this is all based on my personal opinion, so don't take anything I say too seriously. And remember that I love pretty much all of the Ben 10 series, and have for a very long time. So even the episodes in the D tier probably hold some special meaning to me or memories from my childhood. But with all that being said, let's go ahead and dive into the video now, where I'm going to be reacting to the very first Ben 10 episode ever released on Cartoon Network. And then there were 10.
Hull damage 20%.
How did that only do 20% though? Like, that looked pretty intense to me. Like, come on. Those lasers made a whole ass S shape. That's gotta do something to the ship.
Weapon system still operational.
There's my boy! Fucking kill them! Oh, look, it's Vilgax. What a horrible person. He should not be attacking that innocent ship.
We have come too far to be denied. The Omnitrix shall be mine, and there is not a being in the galaxy that dares stand in my way.
You tell him, Vilgax. No one talks back to you. Fucking kill them! Oh no, how sad. Vilgax is being mean to that innocent alien ship. What a tragedy. Where was that gonna go though, Ben? Like, realistically, were you even aiming for the trash can? Cause it did not look like it to me. This whole segment will get copyright struck if I put it in, but I'm going to do it anyway cause I don't really care. I don't get paid. I don't get paid.
Yes! Out of here!
Everyone, have a good vacation, and I hope to see you all again in the fall. Benjamin, could I have a word with you before you go?
Okay, but like, is there gonna be detention or something? Like, school's over, lady. Let it go. That's my boy there. Look how sad he is. Look at him. He's an innocent child. Well, for now.
Thanks a lot. A little help here? I have so been looking forward to this. What are you doing here? What is she doing here?
Alright, I'm gonna say it. I love these classic series arguments. I know people really don't like how much Ben and Gwen don't like each other, but it kinda makes sense to me. They're literally children, and as we'll see shortly, their personalities are very, very different. So it makes sense that they kinda have natural conflicts between the two of them.
Take it easy, dweeb. This wasn't my idea.
Was dweeb actually a word back then? The classic series uses it so much, I feel like my brain has been brainwashed into thinking kids actually said that in 2005. But I'm like 90% certain they actually didn't. At least I don't remember using it. Someone in the comment sections tell me if this is true or not, because I am like genuinely confused right now. You know, Shazam is the closest to the classic series if I had to choose a comic. Other than, say, maybe like the Teen Titans? That one's more loose though. But Beast Boy is kind of similar to Ben. You know, hyperactive, can transform into different creatures, kind of a prankster. Loose similarities, but even Cartoon Network saw them when they gave them that promo battle together.
Oh, I can't believe it. I wait all school year to go on this trip, and now the Queen of Cooties is along for the ride.
Hey, I had my own vacation already all planned out too, you know. Each activity is color-coded, so I never did the same thing 2 days in a row.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Of course, Ben doesn't like someone like that. His life is literally the exact opposite. He does what he wants when he wants, kind of just on a whim. We saw that earlier when he just randomly threw a paper airplane at his teacher. He's just spontaneous, and being around someone that plans every small detail like that probably just annoys him more than anything else.
Geek.
Jerk.
Something tells me it's gonna be a long summer.
Oh, you have no idea, man. They're gonna drag this shit out for 4 seasons. I guess summer breaks were longer back then. I remember getting 3 months off, but nowadays, bro, 2.5 months at most, at least here in Missouri.
Chow time.
Okay, I give up. What is that?
Marinated mealworm.
What did you marinate them with, though?
If these don't sound good, I've got some smoked sheep's tongue in the fridge.
Okay, see, I would actually eat the sheep's tongue, though. Like, come on, these are literal worms, and that is just like a cooked tongue. You know, pick your poisons, kid.
Prepare to board. I want the Omnitrix now.
Oh yeah, Vilgax. As you command, my lord, my bro. Fucking kill them, dude. Just rip their bodies and No, my king! That's what you get, bitch! No one hits Vilgax like that. Oh, it was self-defense.
Man, this is gonna be the worst vacation ever. I might as well have gone to summer school.
Trust me, Ben, you do not want that. I am currently being forced to do summer school for college in order to graduate. You would not have lasted a day.
Whoa, a shooting star!
Okay, so this has more to do with a point later on, but people seem to be confused when in Season 3, Ben thought the watch fell to him or was destined for him. But like, look at how that shit curved. Of course he thought that. It came right down towards him.
Liking it.
Alright, so he is just testing out his powers, so I won't be that nitpicky CinemaSins guy, but come on, Ben. Made of fire, wood, and forest. Could we not have tried throwing it into the air? Maybe, just maybe?
This would be so cool if it weren't so not cool. It's me, Grandpa. What do we do?
Backfire. Start a new fire and let it burn into the old fire. They'll snuff each other out.
Is that actually how that works? Like, any science majors or I guess chemistry experts in the comment sections want to let me know? Because that does not sound physically possible. Because wouldn't they just conjoin and become like bigger fires? Meh, I don't know. Science is weird. Oh, okay, so the fire is in a separate place, so when they meet, I guess that would make sense? I don't know, it still seems like a weird concept to me. Because again, wouldn't they just merge into the big fire? What do I know?
Yeah, I don't want to be fire guy forever. How am I supposed to play Little League this fall if I charcoal the ball every time I catch a pop fly?
I'm not going to mention this too often, but I do want to point out that in the classic series, the watch does seem to have some weird kind of psychic link to Ben's emotional state. Remember, that thing timed out exactly when he was worrying about it. And this isn't the first time the watch will leap to Ben's defense, so to speak.
I'll go check out that crash site. You guys stay here until I get back.
I wonder what this does.
Katya!
Very funny. Like your face.
Grandpa said not to mess with that thing.
Yeah, so? What's your point?
Did your parents drop you when you were a baby?
See, I think this scene pretty perfectly showcases those character differences I alluded to earlier. Ben is naturally curious and instinctual. He's gonna do stuff spontaneously that might appear dumb to us. Whereas Gwen is a very by-the-books person, and really only breaks rules when she feels like she has to. So it makes sense to me that these two butt heads a lot as kids, given their differing personalities.
I don't like this one little bit.
Okay, I know I praised the last scene for Max being kind of intelligent and for setting up something interesting later on, but I'm gonna have to say the opposite for that last scene. How did he instantly recognize that small piece of debris? I don't know. I feel like it would have made more sense if he saw like where the droid had landed and the land was all messed up, rather than seeing a small sliver of the original tube carrying the Omnitrix and immediately assuming something bad was going down. I also just feel like it was a weird cutaway in general, given that things are really ramping up now, and feel like they could have just cut it out. But again, that's the hyper nitpicky A10 opinion.
I think I figured out how I did it. Should I try it again? Just once?
I wouldn't.
No, duh, you wouldn't.
And that perfectly sums up what I've been trying to say about Ben and Gwen.
Ew. This thing's even uglier than you are normally. And no eyes? What good is this one? It can't see.
Now that, my friends, is what I like to call some perfectly natural exposition. Except it's not even really exposition. We learn how Wild Mutt's powers work without even needing a single line of dialogue to be uttered. I know it's not that big of a deal, but I feel like this feature is something missing from a lot of modern day stories. And no, I'm not just talking about the Ben 10 sequels. I'm talking about a lot of animated and non-animated shows that feel the need to over-explain every last detail of a character's powers.
I'm gonna tell Grandpa that you turned into some freaky animal monster thing and went swinging around the forest when he told you not to.
Snitch. That is kind of another instance of what I was talking about earlier, with the psychic link to the Omnitrix letting Ben stay in alien form longer until he's like safe to time out, but there are better examples later on. So just remember that as we continue on with this series. If we continue on with this series, I guess I should say.
Yes!
Okay, bro, you could have helped your buddy, though. Like, come on. What is this? What happened to robots working together in order to destroy humanity? They just don't make them like they used to, I guess.
Back off, Sparky. No flying tree trimmer is going to hurt my cousin.
Never thought I'd say this, but am I glad to see you?
See, I know people think that's also a Infinite Tennyson strength thing, but come on. Those shovels are pretty tough. And these droids do seem to be less powerful than the big one. Not just because they're smaller, but also their weaponry and stuff just seems more minimal. Like they can only shoot lasers out of one hand? But meh. The Infinite Strength Tennyson meme is funnier, I guess.
With a device as powerful as that watch clamped on you, my guess is we'd better help you learn. Fast.
All right!
I do like this reaction from both sides. Ben's obvious excitement really sets up his character arc, and just sets up his character in general as someone who loves to use the Omnitrix and loves being spontaneous and doing just wild adrenaline pumping things in the moment. And it's also a great setup for Max, being the kind of calm, stern, but still guidingly helpful parental figure that he's going to be throughout this series. I suppose some people would also want me to point out that it's kind of a hint that he might have had some training previously during his quote-unquote plumber days, but I don't know. I don't think it's that necessarily. I just think he genuinely wants to help out Ben here.
Mayday! Mayday! Somebody help us! We're under attack by some sort of... I know you're not gonna believe me, but robot!
Yeah, soon all you humans will be facing that. They'll believe your ass then when we're destroying all you losers. Oh no, this poor human being is being attacked by a robot. How sad. Boo-hoo. Run, you worthless humans! Soon robots shall consume the universe! I mean, why am I still doing this joke? Fuck humans, bro. Fuck y'all. Unless you subscribed. Then I like y'all. Okay, very minor nitpick that I know I'm gonna get yelled at for in the comments. But how exactly is this retrieving the Omnitrix? He's literally just trying to blow Ben to smithereens.
So, we even?
Even.
Like this moment too, again showing us that it's not all negative between these two characters. And I kind of like the fact that Gwen freezes up here and that it's kind of just a small moment. Because yeah, she's not used to this stuff yet. Later on, when they start fighting these things every other week, then she starts moving a bit more. But right now, seeing a tree about to fall down on her is probably a bit of a shock and something she's never felt before. Like that small moment of realization from Ben. I don't know, I just feel like nowadays that would be an exposited dialogue like, huh, maybe I can use this. Which I'm not saying couldn't work, I just prefer it when moments like that are small and subtle. Not bad for a human.
Way to go, Ben! Diamond-headed guy?
See, I kind of like the fact that Max named this alien. I don't know, I kind of like the idea of other characters naming Ben's aliens a little bit. I get why character motivation wise Ben wouldn't like it, but something about it kind of clicks with me.
Failure. Unbelievable.
I feel ya, Vilgax. These older models just don't do it like us.
I think this is gonna be the best summer ever.
Absolutely.
It's definitely going to be interesting.
Again, I kind of like that Gwen is the more grounded one. Given everything we learn about Max and everything we know about Ben's personality, it makes sense to me that Gwen is more hesitant about this alien stuff than either of these two. I know she kind of loses that as the series goes on, but I'm not really against that either since it makes sense. I just really like it in the beginning a lot. Alright, time to rank the episode. I think it does everything it sets out to, in the fact that it literally sets up the Ben 10 world with the character arcs and major villains. So I'm gonna say A tier. The only reason it's not S is because the villain is just kind of that silent giant droid. And even though I get that there's not a lot you can do with a character with no dialogue, Ben 10 has a couple of other silent villains that are just better than him in my opinion. Like, compare him to the Mummy or Werewolf, and you'll see what I mean. He's just not a very good antagonist for this episode. And if you know anything about me and why I love the classic series, you'll know that it's because its antagonists are always super fun and interesting. So it's unfortunate that they couldn't nail that aspect the first time around, but everything else was well done. So, A. Well guys, that about wraps up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed my first classic series reaction video. If so, make sure to like, subscribe, share, and just do anything you can to let me know that this is a series you want to continue. Because as it stands, I'm currently 50-50 on it, because it took a lot longer than I expected. But like I said before in my update video, I'm going to do at least all of season 1 of the classic series, and then we'll see where I go from there. But anyways guys, I'll catch you guys in the next upload. See you guys then.